Hi, my name's Darby. I have been breastfeeding my son and pumping for just now a year. He just turned 1 last week, and I feel like this is a great time for me to go through some of my favorite products that I've used throughout my time of breastfeeding and pumping. I really enjoyed. All of these items can actually be found on Amazon and are linked in the description box below. I do receive a small commission for you clicking the link and purchasing the items. But these are 4 items that I really wish I would have, number one, bought at the beginning of my breastfeeding and pumping journey. But I ended up buying at some point, and I am really thankful that I did have them. First is these glass bottles. I really am into like low tox, non-toxic living. So glass bottles for storing my milk in the fridge was a must. And these lids work perfect also with the Phillips nipples if I decide to give my baby a bottle. I just put my pumped milk in, close it up, and stick this in the fridge, and then every night I will bag the milk that I pumped if I pumped that day. But these are really high quality bottles. They're really easy to read, and I use these a lot, and this does not come off even going in a a bottle sterilizer, like the Mom Cozy bottle sterilizer. This writing does not come off. They easily come apart, and then this little tab does come off in the middle. You can also use a Phillips nipple with this lid. I just chose to keep the collars on my Phillips bottles and use this little silicone cover. But it closes perfectly. You can turn it upside down with no leaks. These come in a pack of 6, but I really liked these glass bottles. My next item is the Eufy. I have the E20 pump. I opted for the E20 just because the charging case really wasn't a necessity for me, and these also come with heating, and you can obviously adjust and turn up and down your suction. So they also connect to the Eufy app. They do come in obviously a pack of 2, and they come with charging cords. To charge them, you will just undo this little tab here and put in a normal USB-C, so you can use like an iPhone charger, any charger you use. But I really did not need the charging case that comes on the Eufy Pros, and replacement pumps and parts are pretty cheap for these, in my opinion. Honestly, replacement parts is just about the exact same cost of just buying a whole new set with a motor and new parts. So that's what I ended up doing when I needed to replace my parts. So I have 2 sets of these. So I have two sets of motors, and then the interchangeable diaphragms and such. So this is the Eufy E20. I really like this pump. I also have a Spectra regular hospital grade plug-in wall pump that I use for the beginning part of pumping and breastfeeding. But these are fantastic, and they are way cheaper than the S1 Pros, and way worth the money compared to the S1 Pros, in my opinion, as long as you're okay without a charging case. The next thing that I really enjoyed throughout my pumping journey was the Willow breast milk storage bags. I personally really like these. They have a new model out now that allows you to use their app to control your supply and how much you have in the freezer and such, with a little like QR code when you use Willow pumps. But since I have the Eufys, I really like the Willow bags. You can write on these with a ballpoint pen or a Sharpie, and it's a really thick plastic. I'm not going to tear this off just because I don't have any milk to put in the freezer today, but this easily tears off, and the opening is pretty wide. So it's about, I would say, 4 inches or so that you can pour milk in. So what I would do is just take my bottle, after I measure it, pour it in, and then freeze this flat. Cutting this open, and I would thaw it in water or what have you, put it in the fridge the night before, and when my baby was taking a bottle. So I really liked these bags. They are fantastic. They hold up to 8 ounces. Since I'm not really giving my baby a bottle anymore, I do put 8 ounces in these. and I just store it in the deep freezer. So these are the Willow breast milk storage bags. And then lastly, probably my favorite product that I bought, I really wish I didn't have to buy this, but probably my favorite product that I bought throughout my pumping journey was the Happy Ducks Free the Flow like lactation tincture supplement. I used this when I was starting to feel like I had a clogged duct or something going on that could potentially turn into mastitis. This tincture worked like no other. I could put it in water and drink it. It does not taste great. Know that going into it, but it does not burn like a normal alcohol-based tincture. You put it in water, you drink it, and you would do this every few hours, about 5 to 6 pumps. Every single time I had a clogged duct, that without fail, me personally, my experience, the Happy Ducks tincture cleared it up. I was duct good to go, free, no mastitis, no clogged duct, no issue within 24 hours. Without fail, I did nothing else special. I did an ice. I sometimes use my Eufy pumps that have heat, which isn't recommended anymore when you have a clogged duct. This was my saving grace when it comes to clogged ducts. It is fantastic. It does not taste great. Know that going into it, but it is great. And it's all natural. So the ingredients are bee propolis, yarrow, echinacea, red root, elderflower, hops, and calendula. It is fantastic. Does not taste great, but I would highly, highly recommend having this on hand. And it is relatively cheap. Even if you don't use it, it's way better than risking having a clogged duct or mastitis. So like I said, this is my number one. If I had to start over, even if I was just breastfeeding, I would immediately go and buy this and have it on hand just so I don't have to risk the clogged duct or the mastitis. So that's my review of my favorite top 4 items that I use throughout my breastfeeding journey. I'm sure a couple other things make this list. An honorable mention I don't have in front of me are the Medela nipple shields. My baby would not latch at the beginning, and so I was exclusively pumping. I was exhausted, and I ended up just doing a quick Google and coming up with the Medela nipple shields as being an option that I could use. And they are the reason why I can exclusively breastfeed. I highly recommend them. I'm not a lactation consultant, so obviously consult your lactation consultant, but the Medela nipple shields really did save me, and they are really fantastic and high quality. I'm gonna link them, a little picture up here if I can figure out how to do it, but they're also gonna be linked below. If you have any suggestions for those that do find this video, please leave them in the comments below. And I'm sure folks will come to this video, at least hopefully, and find something that they do like and that may help them throughout their breastfeeding and pumping journey. With that being said, if you guys have any questions about any of the products I mentioned, so again, the Happy Ducks, Free the Flow lactation tincture, my Eufy E20s, or the, I can't even say this, but the little breast milk jars that I use, or the Willow breast milk storage bags. Please leave them below. I'm happy to answer any questions. But other than that, have a good day. Please click the subscribe button, and thanks for watching.